Good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for joining our Camden County College High School Plus program where you can learn how your children can actually earn college credits while still being here in Cherry Hill High School East. So my name is George Zagrafos. I'm one of the assistant principals. I also supervise the guidance department. I am also the freshman grade level principal. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to introduce Maria Hahn. She's one of our school counselors. And she's going to introduce Don Delaney, who will be giving the presentation. So sit back, relax, and you will have a chance to ask questions. And thank you so much. Have a wonderful evening. I hope you learn a lot of information. Maria?
Hi, everyone. My name is Maria Hahn. I am, like Mr. Zagrafa said, I am one of the guidance counselors at East. I am the contact person at East if you have any questions about the dual credit program with Camden County. Probably received a lot of emails from me in the past, but if you going forward, if you continue to have any questions or need assistance, you can always let me know and I can assist you with any questions regarding the dual credit program. And then we have Mr. Delaney joining us today. He's going to be doing a little PowerPoint slide for you and answering any questions. If you do have any questions, you can either type it in the chat box, or you can, I guess, click the raise hand button. I don't know how the Zoom works, but click raise hand, or you can just say it out loud. I think that's okay too. Okay. Thank you for joining us, by the way.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Don Delaney. I'm the Director of Program Outreach and Educational Services at Camden County College, and I, along with Dr. Michael Colbert, oversee the Camden County College High School Plus Dual Credit Partnership with Cherry Hill High School East. And I'm here tonight to talk a little bit about the program. Those of you on the call may or may not have students that are taking eligible courses this year. I know the email was sent out to everybody. So with that being said, ideally, I'm hoping that those of you on tonight are, have students that are eligible. You may have already participated and signed up in the program, which I'll talk about in a little bit. But I want to take about 15, 20 minutes and kind of do an overview of what is the High School Plus program. And at the end of the presentation, I will take any and all questions that you guys have, including your, specific to your child. And starting, what is dual credit? Because that's what we're talking about, dual credit. And dual credit simply means that you're getting two types of credit. The first credit that students are getting is they're getting high school credit. Why are they getting high school credit? Because the class that they're taking is a high school course. However, they have an opportunity to get dual credit or college credit by participating in the Camden County College Dual Credit Program. And in order to do that, students need to sign up, participate, pay, and register in order to earn college credit. Every course that I'm about to show you is eligible for college credit this year if your child is in that course. However, they will only get high school credit if they do not sign up for dual credit. Now, a little bit about dual credit, and the reason I kind of share with this, and I share from a Camden County College standpoint, one is because I know Camden County College prices for college. However, I'll talk a little bit about four-year schools as well. And I want to show you how, great of a savings this is for students. Now, when you go to Camden County College, and first and foremost, students are not required to go to Camden County College. They will become Camden County College students as part of this program. But if they were to enroll at Camden County College, you pay tuition, you pay fees, you pay for books. And a typical 3-credit course, which is what a standard course is in college, between those things is about $650. Now, from a dual credit standpoint, we charge one fee. That fee is $150. There are no fees. The books are already provided by the district. And like you can see here, if you compare the two charts, the $150 compares directly to what approximately a book in college costs. So you can see you're basically getting a 3 or 4 credit course for the cost of what students pay for a book in college. Now, I will tell you that attending a 4-year school, and I understand that schools are based on tuition and semester, but if you break it down to a typical course cost or a per credit cost, you're looking somewhere in the neighborhood of about $600 to $1,000 a credit. And that ranges on a 3-credit course anywhere from about $2,000 to about $4,000 for one course. So when you compare $150 to roughly $2,000 to $4,000, again, you can see that it is a significant savings. Now, in order to get credit, students have to be in one of the following courses. They can also potentially be in multiple courses. Right now at Cherry Hill High School East, we have 27 courses certified for dual credit. So what you see here are the high school course names. And they can be AP Environmental, Honors Chemistry, AP Language and Composition, AP Lit and Comp, French 3, French 4, French 5, Forensics, AP World History, AP US 2, AP European History, Latin 3, 4, and 5, Marketing, AP Physics 1, AP Physics C, AP Psychology, Spanish 3, 4, 5, Public Speaking, Chinese 3 and 4, AP Computer Science A, and German 3 and 4. Now, I want you guys to understand is you will see about 50% of these courses are advanced placement courses. The other half are not advanced placement courses. I feel like on average, a lot of Cherry Hill East students have the opportunity to leave Cherry Hill High School East if they participate in the High School Plus program. We have opportunities as early as freshmen. I know the public speaking course is offered at the freshman level. So some students may have the opportunity to take classes from their freshman year on through their senior year. We find a lot of students take honors chemistry their sophomore year with a level 3 language, and that's kind of where they're dual credit and with a US history course. And that's where their dual credit has a tendency to start. And by the time they graduate, if they take 2 or 3 classes as a sophomore, 2 or 3 classes as a junior, and 2 or 3 classes as a senior, a lot of students leave somewhere between 18 and probably 24 credits. And just to put that in perspective, that's over a semester of college and almost a full year of college. Now, students won't get credit for 27 courses because not every student is taking level 3 and 4 and 5 of a language. Most likely they're taking one of these. So again, how students earn credit is going to be different by the student depending on which courses they take. Now, one thing that I'll say, and I'll reiterate at the end, is in order to get credit, you have to be signing your child up for courses that they're taking this year. They are only eligible for classes that they take this year. If unfortunately they had a course last year that you did not sign up for, unfortunately, they're not eligible for that course moving forward because we have to register students in the year that they take the course. And on the other side of that, if you have a course that they're going to take next year, let's just say they're in French 4 and they're going to take French 5 as a senior, you don't want to sign up for French 5 now. You'll sign up for that next year about this same time frame. Now, this is a question that I get a lot. And again, advanced placement versus high school plus, because I know it's definitely a decision for people. And I will be honest with you, over the 5 years of doing this presentation, I have really changed this answer a lot. And it used to talk a lot about insurance when it came to the AP exam and potentially getting credit. And I can tell you that that's not necessarily the case anymore. But I do want to kind of show you first what the differences are between the two, and then I'll explain how they can either work together or the benefits of both. So from a dual credit standpoint, we are simply looking, with the exception of AP Environmental, we are simply looking at students' grades in the course. We are not looking at their AP scores. As I said, with AP Environmental, we do require students to take the exam. We do require to get students to get a 3 or better on the exam. However, for every other course, we are simply looking at their final grade in the course. Now, different courses do carry different grades. For example, the languages do require students to finish with a B or better, and that is their final grade. That's not their first marking period or second marking period grade. That is their final grade. In other disciplines, such as the histories, we require students to get a C or better. And again, that is simply because our faculty and their departments have made the decision on what they expect students to have and what grade they have for dual credit. And an audit simply means that a student did not meet the grade criteria. And that does not mean that they weren't successful in the course, but for instance, if they got a C in a language, they would receive an audit. And what would then happen is these courses are then put on a Camden County College transcript. And this is extremely important because I know that probably the number one question that's going to come up tonight, and I'll answer it kind of now, is can you give me the list of colleges where this is going to transfer? People want guarantees. You're spending money, you want guarantees. And I can tell you there's not a guarantee out there to give you a list of courses, but I'm going to explain how transferability works. If you go to really any four-year college website and you look up transfer credit, because that's what this is transfer credit. And regardless of whether or not they're taking an AP course, this is dual credit is transfer credit. And what colleges are going to look for, they're going to look for a couple things. They're going to want it on a college transcript. So all students that sign up are going to have their courses put on a Camden County College transcript. That's why I stated earlier, they're Camden County College students now in the program this year or last year if they signed up. They're now Camden County College students until they graduate. We would love for all of them to continue at the college. However, we understand that that's not always the case. So students have a transcript that they can send to the college or university of their choice. Now, what you will see here, these names, and I'll go to the first one. It says Elementary French 1. You might have seen on the list, we did not certify French 1. We certified French 3. Well, what I will show you at the end is how each course translates to Camden County College and what college course we certified for. So French 3 is what we certify for French 1. And then again, you can see here, this student received an A, which met the criteria. Financial accounting is a course that we offer at other schools. So what you see on here as far as the transcript are certain courses that may be offered at other institutions or other high schools, but not necessarily offered at High School East. AP Lang is English Comp 1. French 4 is French 2. Honors Chemistry is the Chem 111. AP US is the US History 2. So you can kind of get a feel for exactly what the transcript looks like. And why that's important is any college that you go to, they're going to look at their policy is going to read this. They want a course taken at a regionally accredited institution, which Camden County College is regionally accredited through Middle States. They want students to have a C or better in the course. That's why we require students in most cases to get a C, in some cases to get a B or better in the course. And they want it to have a course equivalent to what they offer. Now, most schools offer an equivalent for the courses that are listed of those 27. Most schools are going to have a course equivalent for your child to go into, as the majority of them are going to be gen ed requirements. Now, how is AP, how do students get credit? Well, first they're going to take an exam, and that exam takes place generally in May, and it's scored on a scale of 1 to 5. Now, what I will tell you is how it's scored and how you get credit differs by institution, okay? And students need to look at their AP equivalency charts. And this is a chart, and I'll show you a few in a couple minutes, that list out how students get credit, because there's a lot of, I don't want to say misconception out there, but there's a lot of unsureness about exactly what students get for college credit. Because when I talk to students and I go into AP courses and I ask them how they're getting credit, a lot of students will simply respond with, I need to pass the AP exam, to which I'll ask them, what does that mean? What is passing? And in tune, I'll ask them, well, what is a C in this course? Or what is a B in this course? What's that numeric value? They all know that answer, but they don't know what their grades are that they need on the AP exam. And this is the way that I will tell students about AP scoring. 1 and 2, you're never going to get credit. A 3, sometimes you're going to get credit. 4, you're more likely to get credit, and 5 has the most opportunity for students to get credit. Now, mind you, notice I did not state that you're guaranteed to get credit, because I know a lot of people have this assumption that there's guaranteed credit for AP, and that's not always the case. There's a different scoring system for each college, and I'll show that here in a second. And also understand that when I talk about dual credit and it being on a transcript, a C or better is a universal grade requirement. So unlike AP scoring, the C or better is a universal grade acceptance requirement for transfer credit. How do you find AP equivalency charts? Well, it's quite simple. You can simply Google whatever college or university that your child plans to go to. And again, I always tell students, if you're going to apply to 5 colleges, you can probably find your AP equivalency charts in about 10 minutes. And it gives you an idea of exactly what you need on the exam. And here's what I'm going to pull up here for a second. I'm going to share a different screen here. And I'm going to start with Rowan University's AP equivalency chart. Now, the reason I use Rowan is the #1 4-year school that students with dual credit plan to attend. I will tell you that the #1 school students attend is Camden County College, which I'll show you how that works here in a minute. But here's what an AP equivalency chart looks like. And this is about 4 pages long. I'm just going to stay on this page here for a minute. And you'll see here on the left-hand side, here are the kinds of tests, the exam title, the score that Rowan requires, and the course equivalent. Now, for this exercise, I'm going to share a couple of things here. And I'm going to stay with the AP Lang and Composition exam just to kind of keep it universal. Now here, English, you have English language and composition. So if you get a 3 on that exam, they're going to give you free elective. Now, I don't know exactly what a free elective means. They just give you credit. So it's not actually giving you a course specific to that. They're just giving you credit, which means one less class you have to take. However, if you get a 4 or a 5 on that exam, you get college composition credit. Now, Camden County College, as long as you get a B or better in the course, we give you English comp credit, which will transfer to a school like Rowan as college composition credit, because they'll simply take it as the course. They will get the 3 credits as well. Now, if a child is going to get a 4 or 5 and is going to attend Rowan, they're going to get the same potential credit as you would for dual credit. So that's a decision that you as a family have to make. Now, unfortunately, I will say this, because the test is in May, the deadline to sign up for dual credit is March 11th. And you will not receive your scores back probably until July. If you were to take the exam and let's just say you get a 3 on the exam and know you were going to Rowan and then you weren't going to get college comp credit, you couldn't go back and sign up for dual credit at that point. You would have to sign up at this point. At that point, it could be for insurance. It could mean for a second course. If you get a 3 and you have dual credit, that's 6 credits. So there's a possibility that you get multiple credits on different courses. One that I'm curious about as I look at this, the U.S. history AP, you get humanistic literacy. A lot of schools actually give US 1 credit because the AP US exam is actually a level 1 and level 2 in the state of New Jersey. It covers all those competencies. And a lot of schools like Camden County College will actually give level 1 credit. So it is a benefit to having dual credit and the AP exam from that standpoint. Now, I want to go to Penn State, which happens to be another school that a lot of students have a tendency to attend. And I want to show this. I want to go down to English language and composition. And when you look here, and this was shocking to me when I first saw it, but for a grade of 3, 4, or 5, no credit is awarded. So there are instances and institutions where they're not going to award credit even though you're taking the AP exam, which, however, if you actually go to literature and composition, it says, for a grade of 3, no credit is awarded, but for a 4 or 5, they give English 101. So again, they don't give English 101 credit till taking lit, where we give credit for introduction to literature. So again, two different courses. My point is that you have two four-year prominent universities in this general region, and they have different criteria on how they accept. And that's why I highly recommend going through each of these AP equivalency charts with your child and understanding what passing means. I'm just looking here real quick, and then you can kind of see here, this is USC. I just always pull this up because, again, you can see the different kinds of courses that they accept. They talk about course waivers, but this is kind of what a transfer page will look like and the information that you'll find here. Now, with that being said, as I go back to, just bear with me one second, go back to my PowerPoint. You can understand now that, again, just taking an AP course, as a lot of people are under the impression that they get college credit, is not always the case. Now, I know this chart's from 2017, but it's fairly recent. We're working on updating it with some new data from the clearinghouse, but this is where the majority of students go. And as you can see here, 13% of the population go to Camden County College. As I said, the number one four-year school is Rowan, but they also go to Rutgers and Stockton, Drexel, Penn State, College of New Jersey, Delaware, Widener, LaSalle, St. Joe's, Temple, Westchester, but they go to other institutions. 29% go to schools that are not listed here. And there's a lot, again, of different information that's out there about where dual credit goes. This goes all over the country. Now, can I tell you every rule for transferability of every school? I cannot, but here's what I can tell you. Last year, we had about 2,000 students graduate with dual credit, and they went to 232 different colleges throughout the country. Now, maybe one student went to one of these schools. You see here 1%, and again, 29%, about a third makes up 220 other colleges than the ones that you see on this chart here. So again, we didn't get one call of an issue with transferability. So the likelihood it's going to transfer is very possible. I always tell students, if you're applying to 5 schools, most likely 4 of them are going to accept it. If you're going to an Ivy League institution, it may not transfer. Somebody asked me the other day about the military academies. It may not transfer. But again, you can go on, you can look at the transfer credit, and you're going to see that the majority of schools are going to accept it as long as it's on a transcript, grade a C or higher, and has a course equivalent. Now, this is the chart I really like to show people. And again, this is, the most recent one. We're working on the 2021. We'll work on the 2021 grads in a little while. But right now, if I were to look at this about 5 years ago, we would have had majority of students, because it wasn't as popular and there was a lot of opinions on why students shouldn't sign up. I would say a lot of students were leaving with 1 or 2 classes. They weren't leaving with many, but we're up to 10% now that are leaving with a semester or more of college. And students at Cherry Hill East can be in this group. I don't know that they can get more than 30. I don't know that they can get a full year. However, if you're taking other AP exams and the opportunities that East provides students, there may be other ways. I know there might be another school that offers other credit that students are getting. So if they can get as much as possible, they might be able to leave with more than 30 credits. But through Camden County, you're probably leaving with between a semester and a year. And again, when I showed you initially that, one course at Camden County College is $650 compared to $150, I'm just going to put this in perspective. If a student takes 5 classes at $150 over their time at East, that's $750. And if they decide to go to a 4-year school, right now on average, on a semester basis, you're looking somewhere between $15,000 and $30,000 for one semester. And that is what students will be saving if they finish a semester of college, through dual credit. Now, you won't see that their freshman year, their first semester, because regardless of going in, you're going to take your 5 or 6 classes because they want to get you on a path to graduation. Where you're going to see it is in that seventh and eighth semester, when all of a sudden all the courses that were at that end were moved up because they had other holes to fill. So again, I think this is a great opportunity. It saves families a lot of money. I had one young lady last year, I think she left with close to like 40 credits because she took some other classes at the college as well. So there is great opportunity. And in order to participate, as I said earlier, you do have to sign up. And how you do that, and Ms. Hahn, I know, has emailed it out. It's in Teachers Google Classrooms. It is simply a web link, and I will actually copy and paste this into the chat so everyone can have it. Now, if you've already signed up, we greatly appreciate it. We have received the forms. I know that from a payment standpoint, you may not have received your payment link yet, and I'll explain that in a minute. But for students, you do have to sign up this year. This link kind of has a couple of things. It has a parent letter, kind of outlines everything I just talked about. A lot of frequently asked questions. My presentation is simply based on those frequently asked questions. Very simple form. All of this is required because this is a registration document. So a lot of these things, including social security number, is required. If a student doesn't legally have a social security number, please reach out to Ms. Hahn and she can explain to you how to fill out the form. You will still be eligible to take the course, to be eligible for dual credit. And then you come down here and you simply see that here's, as I said, you have the high school name. So let's just use Chinese. This is the Chinese teacher. This is the course name. It goes on the Camden County College transcript. So it's Elementary Chinese 1. And again, the minimum grade requirement. Some courses have multiple teachers. And you can kind of see as you go down different courses of eligibility. Now, I'm going to use a typical sophomore schedule. I'm going to use honors chemistry, AP US, and Spanish 3. Now you'll come down, you'll sign both parent and student, because they are enrolling in college classes. We do require signature. And then it'll total up. And as I said, each course is $150. You'll click I'm not a robot and you'll hit submit. And what you will get at that point is you will get information that says, thank you for submitting your registration. Now that the child has not been registered at that point, okay? What is going to happen is that form will come to our office. We will then send it to registration for processing. Once that form is processed, we say within 2 weeks. We're a little bit behind that at the moment. Some of you may have already submitted and not seen your payment link yet. We hope to have those out by the end of next week, as we're working on catching up on those forms that we received prior to the holiday. And then you will get an email from me that outlines, it says they are registered formally, and there will be a link for payment that you will simply click on the link, and you will then make the payment based on the courses that they were registered for. Okay. Now, a couple things to remember. Excuse me. Students must register in the year that they take the course. So again, as you're going through the form, and let's say your son or daughter is a junior, and they're in Spanish 4, but they could have signed up for Spanish 3 last year. Unfortunately, you can't go on and sign up for Spanish 3. You would only be able to sign up for Spanish 4. Students do not need to attend Camden County College. Again, we would love for everybody to attend the college, but they will be a Camden County College student throughout the program. And whether that means they're starting as a freshman and they graduate as a senior, that transcript will continue to compound or continue to increase as they go through the program, just like their transcript does at East. They have a 9th grade year, a 10th grade year, an 11th grade year, and a 12th grade year. What they'll see is spring 2022, spring 2023, spring 2021, in the years that they took the course. Students can transfer, credits outside of the state of New Jersey. Again, it's not about being within the state of New Jersey. The students can go anywhere they want. And transferability is ultimately at the discretion of the institution for which the student chooses to attend. But as I said, we had students go to 232 different colleges last year, and we didn't get one issue with transferability. So again, I think more and more schools are being accepting of dual credit. Sometimes they may need information, and they might say, well, can you give us a syllabus? You're not sending your Cherry Hill East syllabus. You are sending your Camden County College syllabus, which you would then email us, and we can provide for schools to evaluate. We do that regularly for students. And with that, I'll turn it over to you guys and see if you guys have any questions. Guys, feel free to put them either in the question and answer or into the chat. So is there a deadline for registration? Yes, the deadline is March 11th. I know that we sent this out previously, and we're not doing it to confuse people. We did have a deadline of December 10th. We have 2 registration windows throughout the process because we have 42 partner schools, and we try to get students to register as early as possible. Although the deadline is March 11th, you can register as early as today. So far, classes that are just 1 semester and is about to end, can we still do it? Okay, so yeah, so if you have something like public speaking that is a 1 semester course, you can absolutely do it. It's a unique situation because it's one of the only situations where a student will actually know their grade prior to them signing up. But yes, you can still do it. You can actually do it up through March 11th. If you have a child that is going into, say, public speaking in the 2nd semester, you can sign up for that as well. Again, pending that they plan on still taking it. Okay, so if you signed up and you did not receive confirmation, I'm going to put an email in here at the end, which is dualcredit@camdencc.edu. I will tell you, I would say if you have not received anything yet, please wait till the middle of next week to reach out. Hopefully at that point you will receive something. My understanding is, yes, this is recorded and it will be posted on the YouTube page of the high school.
Yeah, it definitely is being recorded, and we'll post it on the guidance page.
Was this presentation done last year when the virtual and COVID was at its peak? Yes, I personally had 3 sessions for Cherry Hill East last year for parents, and I did the same presentation. If someone signs up for dual credit for an AP course, can they still take the AP, or must they decide to take one? They do not need to require, it's not a one or the other, but they potentially may only get credit for one. They have the potential to get credit for both. However, if once you sign up for dual credit, one thing I will mention is, just like signing up for an AP exam and paying for the fee, regardless of getting the opportunity to get credit, you are responsible for any cost once you sign up for dual credit. So it is, if a student doesn't meet their grade requirement, there isn't a refund for a student not making the grade requirement. Do the classes on the dual credit list change from year to year, or are they the same? Generally, those courses, there may be additions from year to year. I know that we have a couple of new courses this year, and they do, but they generally do not remove courses that have been approved. The only way that would happen, I don't suspect that would happen with Cherry Hill East, is if a teacher who's been teaching the course for a number of years and there was a new teacher who we would not be able to certify, but I would suspect that they're going to stay the same. Classes from last year still counted even though they were virtual. Yes, dual credit was an opportunity for students last year, even though the courses were virtual. Our faculty had met with instructors and gone over certain aspects of the courses, so that way we could certify them. The college was virtual all of last year, and students were able to get credit even though the courses were virtual. Anybody else? If you guys have any, I'm not clear if there's a benefit to taking AP tests. So I want to state, I got a question about AP tests. I'm not here to compete with AP. I say this all the time. I'm here to talk about dual credit as a program and with AP as a program and how they differ and how they can work together. In a lot of cases, depending on the test, you know, as I said, if you're taking an AP US history test, there's absolutely an opportunity to have credit for both. It's understanding what you're getting credit for from AP and understanding from schools. And again, with applying to multiple schools, you have to understand that there might be multiple outcomes for that exam. And again, you can get credit for those exams, but each school is different. So again, that's an individualized decision. But I can say that with dual credit, it's going to transfer, you know, most likely, and it's going to go in as the course that you signed up for because we are a college, and the college to college transferability works much easier than say AP, especially when their students are taking a test that they don't necessarily know the outcome or might be confident in what they're getting a score at. I always say on March 11th, students have a pretty good idea what their final grade is going to be, but they may not necessarily be as confident on what their AP score is going to be. And again, if they get a 3 and they want to apply to 5 schools, a 3 might work at one, it might not work at another. So again, that just changes. But again, this isn't a competition between AP and dual credit, but again, if on a personal basis, and like I said, I'm going to put the dual credit email. If you want to email me and tell me what exams, and I can kind of show you on an individual basis, you know, how they work, you know, individually. And I just put in the chat our email. It's the easiest. It's monitored by 3 of our staff at the college, and you know, we're generally good within a couple hours of getting back to people. You know, I know we were working remotely the other day, but again, we do check this, you know, pretty frequently and hope to get back to students and parents quickly. And the last thing that I want to cover is the transcript. So when do students need transcripts? Typically, they need them when they graduate. They have the opportunity to see them throughout the process. What will happen is around June 1st, I send out information on how to access the Camden County College portal, which is how students access their transcript, both their unofficial and purchase an official transcript. There is a cost for the official. Generally, if you're a junior and you're going to apply to colleges as a senior, you don't need one to send to every school that you're applying to. Generally, you're just going to send it once you're accepted. Now, please understand that grades on the transcript are finalized on July 15th of that year. So it'll be July 15th of 2022 when all grades are final, because most high schools don't end until around the 20th of June. And as I said, we have 42 partner high schools. So with that, we are sending out, you know, getting grades in from about 1,100 courses. And we are in the process of putting those all in the system. So again, how they come in and how quickly, you know, we get that school processed, we generally gives ourselves about 3 weeks to get everything on the transcript. So when you're requesting a transcript, we generally say to request it after July 15th. And that if you need something for, you know, registration at your new college, generally it's going to be an unofficial with grades of previous years, but courses that you're currently taking now. So, any other questions?
Thank you very much, Mr. Delaney.
Thank you for having me.
Yes. So if there's questions specifically related to the dual credit program, that's what we have. Ms. Han, Ms. Han, can you put your email as well in the chat?
Yes, I'll put that right now.
han@chclc.org. And if you have any other type of questions, you're more than welcome to just email your child's school counselor. So I thank you so much and have a wonderful evening. Thank you for joining us. And those of you who are worried about watching the college football game, I think we ended in time for you to enjoy the college football national championship. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful evening and take care. And this information will be posted to the guidance website as soon as possible. Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good night, everyone.